Alright, everything is set and everything is recording. Hey, what's happening, everyone? I am your Dragon God of Gaming, Damian Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of the Gaming News, where I run the list of all the gaming news, facts, rumors, trivia, and everything coming out the gaming industry this week. Today, we have something on the very soon to be released Intellivision Amco. We also have something on YouTubers finding the best prize you could possibly find. And also we have something on the Elder Scrolls Online and what it's forced to be doing. So, let's just jump right into the news, shall we? Alright, first off, let's start off with the Intellivision Amco. Now, the Intellivision Amco isn't gonna be a widely big, breakthrough. And it's going to be hard to compete with things like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series S and X, and also the Nintendo Switch, of all things, which its main competitor is. So, speaking of all that, this is coming from Kotaku.com, and this is written by Zach Zwiesen, and they write, "The new gaming console that's become a giant car crash explained. The Intellivision Amco might finally come out, but will anybody care?" So, on October 22nd, 2018, Intellivision unveiled the Amco, a family-friendly retro console. The pitch: the games would be simple to play and cost no more than $8. The console itself would retail at about $180, with all games being inclusive to the console. In that initial trailer, the Amco was given a release date of October 10th, 2020. A year and 3 days delays later, a lot has changed for the Amco. Today in 2021, the console now is available for pre-order for $250 to $300. The games can cost as much as $20, and they won't all be exclusives. It would be easier to excuse these changes if the end product seemed exciting enough. But the console's projected specs, Intellivision's shady investment pitches, and the poor behavior of CEO Tommy Tallarico make it hard to get excited about the Amco. Odds are good that you've never really heard about the Amco at all, though. Here's what you should know. The Tommy Tallarico factor. Before diving into the nitty-gritty of the console, it's worth knowing about Tommy Tallarico, who has become the face of the Amco. Tallarico purchased the rights to the original Intellivision brand name and all of its classic games in 2018. While you might recognize his name from odd episodes of Judgment Day or Electric Playground, Tallarico is primarily known as the creator of concert series known as Video Games Live. He also composed music for numerous games over the last few decades and created the famous Roblox oof noise, though not for Roblox. He's also quick to speak his mind, which often leads to issues. Tommy Tallarico posts on the Atari Age forums frequently. He replies to folks around a dozen times a day, sometimes more. Many of these posts are what you would expect, but if you dig around more, you'll find some truly bizarre posts. Tommy has insulted critics, reporters, and YouTubers who are critical of the Amco, even calling some of these people gaming racists and mentally unstable. He also refers to critics as idiots, morons, and has told them to return to their safe spaces when they won't challenge him in an interview. Tallarico routinely participates in thread wars, arguing with people for hours or days. A great example of Tallarico's odd behavior as CEO came after the Ars Technica report about the publicly archived Amco dev portal and all the specs and info it revealed. Tallarico, in response to the report, insulted the author of the article and threatened legal action in an odd and now deleted series of tweets that were saved by Game History Org founder Frank Cefaldi. It was also dragged up during all this that Tommy follows many right-wing right supremacists on Twitter. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Tallarico's behavior may be catching up with him in Intellivision Entertainment. As pointed out in the Ars Technica report, an investor video recorded in March 2021 saw Tallarico boasting about hiring the co-founder of Xbox, Jay Alarad, However, Alarad had already left the company after a short run by this point. This is illegal, and as a result, the SEC sent a letter to Intellivision asking for clarification on when Allard had left. Intellivision has since removed Allard's name and picture from its investment site. Oh. And Kotaku reached out to Intellivision before publication, but didn't hear back. Okay, I'm not going to read this entire thing. Basically speaking, because we already know enough about this console. The thoughts. My thoughts is that the Intellivision Amco seems a bit dated. Okay, now hear me out. You see the console on the screen. Yes, it is a callback to old and, 8-bit era games and stuff like that. I don't even know if this has 8-bit, but already it's doomed of a failure. Like, literally no one has heard of the Intellivision Amco, but anybody who actually talks about the console gets attacked by the CEO of Intellivision. Well, maybe I'm not important enough to get attacked, but I believe I've already done at least an episode of gaming news on the Intellivision Amco. I mean, it would be fine. The console would be fine. It would be a good callback to the system's heyday. But some of this is not worth the time or the effort. If they streamlined it a little bit more and made sure that, you're not attacking literally anyone who criticizes the console, and maybe just go off and make the console just a little bit better, maybe people wouldn't have such a problem with it. And maybe people wouldn't be attacking the console. And this will probably be the last time I will talk about the Intellivision Amco. Why? Because, it's not something that should be cared about, but just that first section should tell you why I chose it. Because, good lord. Basically, I'm sorry, but the dude shot his own thing in the foot. No one's gonna want to buy a console after they just got threatened. You're basically shooting your own console. You're giving it such bad publicity, that no one's gonna buy the console, even if they like the retro gaming space. I love the retro gaming space. I loved retro gaming. But after hearing that people have been threatened about even criticizing the console, or sometimes even talking about the console, makes this console release horrible. Have you ever heard of the phrase, no publicity is bad, bad publicity is still publicity regardless, or just like, I don't even remember the phrase. I think it's just more like, no publicity is bad publicity, basically speaking. Well, this is extremely bad publicity when you're threatening people to talk about the console. Who's the f is gonna want to buy it? Just saying. Who the hell wants to buy a console after they just got threatened for talking about said console? When it's our job to talk about the console. You didn't see Sony attacking the critics as people were more, hammering down on the PS5. Or you didn't see Microsoft hammering down on people who talked bad about the Xbox Series X or S. No. They just made the console. They did not care. They just made the console, and hopefully people would buy it. And guess what? They would buy it. Because they wanted to see for themselves how it was. That would still be the same thing for Intellivision, if you weren't getting attacked for it. You see what I mean? So, I'm probably going to get attacked for this, and you know what? I'm not even going to answer back if I do. But Tommy, I am speaking straight to you. The more you attack, the more you hurt your brand. Stop it. Because you want your console to sell. The more you attack, the more it doesn't. Think about what you're doing. One way to hurt your brand is for attacking people who attacked your brand. Ignore it, and it'll be okay. Don't ignore everything, but certainly don't come back and attack. Have some integrity. If you don't have integrity, then no one's going to care about your console. People care about retro. People care about retro gaming. People want to preserve the culture of gaming. But if you're doing that, no one's going to want to help you do said thing. That's the problem. Now, I'm not going to give any more limelight to the Intellivision Amco until they change their fucking tune just a little bit more. Cool? Cool. Because attacking people will not get any publicity from me. This will be the last time I talk about it. Just because it's that bad. I had to. Only once. I didn't even see how far it went that last time. So I had to. So, let's change from a retro system that really, really needs a change up to vintage games that actually did right. Now, this is coming from, again, Kotaku.com. And this is written by Isaiah Colbert. And right now, a couple YouTubers has struck a fucking gold mine on gaming. Because they're like, YouTube Duo finds $100,000 of vintage games in Hoarder's abandoned house. And it goes thusly. Like a real-life Tomb Raider run, sans picturesque vistas from an ancient civilization, a pair of YouTube game hunters found themselves in an extremely messy room that had been locked for close to 20 years. But amid the filth, they found a treasure trove of factory-sealed video games, including mainstream hits like The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, cult classics like Drakengard for PS2, and just plain weird stuff like a limited edition Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller. Amit and Corbin, who prefers not to share their last names, are the full-time reselling duo behind the YouTube channel Cheap Find Gold Mines, and usually make their finds through Goodwills and yard sales. But after a viewer tipped them off about a house that was kinda nasty, the pair found themselves scouring a very gross environment like Uncharted's Nathan Drake, finding all sorts of video games, collectibles, and Blockbuster branded VHS tapes. Tells you how fucking old that is. They've made 3 videos about the experience so far. Their second video, embedded above, is not for the faint of heart. The house, for all intents and purposes, has no walkable space, has any trace of it. It is littered with ceiling debris, cardboard boxes warped by time and infested with cockroaches. The pair are not pickers by trade and admit they were ill-prepared for their search when they arrived at the house, sans gloves and wearing shorts and casual shoes. Once we got there and we saw the quality of stuff, I was not gonna go home and change. There were other games scattered about the house among the cockroaches and ceiling decay, but the pair were mostly only interested in factory-sealed finds, so they passed on probably hundreds of already opened games. They did make exceptions for gems like PS1 Toomba, but also, weirdly, the bad PlayStation 3 port of Bayonetta. I still wouldn't pass up on somebody as good-looking as Bayonetta either. In any case, Amy notes that she can deal with a little bit of mouse poo to acquire some good games. During their spelunking, Amy was bitten by a brown recluse spider, and Corbin was pretty sure he got scabies on his leg. But the pair more than made up for their trouble in unearthing tons of PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, and Nintendo GameCube games. Shout out to F-Zero GX. As well as stacks of Game Informer magazines. The duo told Kotaku that the total value of the newly unearthed gaming collection was around $100,000, which Cheap Finds Gold Mines took home $20,000 of after splitting their finds with 8 other resellers. At the end of the second video, a woman named Stephanie provides context about the house and why it had so many video games in it. The property belonged to her uncle and had been the family house since 1965. When the uncle fell ill in 2019, she helped him move out. We've been clearing out my uncle's house for the past few days, Stephanie says. We're just trying to get all of his goodies out of there. Hopefully, got some good people, some good stuff. Corbin told Kotaku that the house and everything in it were going to be demolished, with all of its contents going to the dump. In the third video, Amy notes that the former house owner experienced trauma after losing someone close to him, and ended up collecting anything that was of value to his heart, which turned out to be video games. Although Cheap Find Gold Mines were able to turn their gnarly exploration into some profit, Amy suggests viewers should appreciate their find not just for economic value, but also for how much the gaming collection apparently meant to the homeowner, which is very true. We're saving these video games. We're saving a piece of history, or we're saving a piece of this guy's heart, and also turning a profit being bitten by poisonous spiders and acquiring scabies. Life's weird that way. Indeed, that is a fucking treasure trove. They found massive amounts of video games. And as you see from the start, they definitely found a factory sealed Wind Waker. That's amazing. You also see in the back, I don't know if that's I believe that's Quake. I believe that's Quake. But they found some good stuff. Also, go check out Cheap Sell Gold Mine, please, and thank you. They're Cheap Find Gold Mines. So they actually do have a really good channel. I also did check them out. They are a lovely bunch of people, and they do find some really cool shit. So just for that find as well, they get a Damian Dragon seal of approval. Go ahead and go check out Cheap Find Gold Mines. But that was awesome. I think that they should be applauded for this find, because that was glorious. This is a glorious find. I also did see a couple of they're actually showing it off a little bit. They found a ton of games in many different places. Spyro, they found a couple of different, gaming treasure troves. So I really hope the girl is okay, but after being bitten by brown recluse. I really hope she's okay. Honey, are you okay? Please tell me you're okay. And I hope it wasn't as painful as I'm thinking it is. Speaking of which, I'm going to need to clean my room before one finds its way into mine. So, anyway. On to something else right now. From one gaming treasure trove to a game which has lots of treasure troves. The Elder Scrolls Online. The Elder Scrolls Online has been one of those, gaming, sets that you always think about. The Elder Scrolls has been a very large set of gaming history, and it's a big thing for a bunch of people. I don't play Elder Scrolls that much myself, but I know about it. But the Elder Scrolls is going to be getting some good shit in it. This is coming from PCGamer.com. This is written by Jody McGregor. And they write, The Elder Scrolls Online will be the first game with Nvidia's new DLAA tech. That's deep learning anti-aliasing DLSS is coming out as well. During a live stream showcasing the Deadlands DLC zone coming to the Elder Scrolls Online, as well as changes being added in its next base game patch, Creative director Rich Lambert mentioned a new tech from Nvidia would debut in the MMO, Deep Learning Anti-Aliasing, or DLAA. It's like DLSS, which the Elder Scrolls Online is also getting, but instead of running at a lower resolution to get a frame rate boost while using AI to upscale everything so it still looks shiny, DLAA runs at native resolution while using that same deep learning for extra edge smoothing. It's the same kind of concept, Lambert said, about 51 minutes into the live stream. You won't get a performance boost out of this, but what you will get is absolutely incredible anti-aliasing. If you want to try out the DLAA, it will be coming to the public test server, after which it will become an option alongside of DLSS whenever Update 32 goes live. A decent Nvidia GPU will be necessary, of course. You need the RTX 2000 or RTX 3000 series cards in order to take advantage of it. Lead graphics engineer Alex Tardif brought up the DLAA debut in a Twitter thread following the livestream. Huge thanks to the team at Nvidia for humoring and then supporting us releasing this when we brought up and tested this hijacking of their DLSS tech into its own thing, he wrote. It's not something every game would need, but for ESO it just made sense. Update 32 will also bring changes to combat, which are intended to dial back some of the game's recent power creep, and especially the continued dominance of builds based around critical hits. As a post on the official forum put it, there's going to be a hard cap to critical damage and healing. Other alterations will be about improving proc set balance and continuing the hybridization improvements from previous updates, which is absolutely dope. Now, this is going to be pretty good on the different fact of it is getting something like this, getting this gigantic update and a new system being advanced inside and anything coming from Nvidia would be pretty dope. Sorry, I am losing my tongue in the middle of this. Nvidia basically is, basically the streamlined tech of everything else. Nvidia itself is pretty dope when it comes to releasing tech for different gaming systems, and they are at the peak for different types of technologies that makes games not only run better, run more smoother, but make sure that things have enough power to pull off what they need to pull off. And I don't know too much about the deep learning anti-aliasing. I actually have to look that up a little bit more. But it sounds like some of this is going to be really powerful stuff. So if you guys are into the Elder Scrolls series and you guys do play Elder Scrolls Online, keep a lookout for that. Update 32 will be bringing that to you. So make sure that you get all that set and ready to go. Again, if you need the RTX 2000 or RTX 3000 series stuff to be able to run that. So make sure that you have your stuffs ready. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that about does it for today's gaming news. I've ran down basically everything that needs to be done. If you guys have not yet, hit the subscribe button and join us, because the gaming news will always come at you every Sunday, and I do look over the entire week's worth of stuff and see what's good to you guys. So hopefully this is worth it to you guys to look up. So let me know what you guys think about today's news. What are you looking out for in the gaming space? And tell me, which gaming story did you like better? Let me know. I want to hear. Anyway, I thought the Chief Find Gold Mines venture into finding $100,000 worth of gaming is absolutely dope. So I suggest you guys go and see all that. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you guys have a lovely day. Until then, down in the description down below is all of our lovely and wonderful content creators. Go check them all out. They are a lovely bunch of coconuts, and they deserve your respect. If you guys have not yet, go and check out all their channels. Down in the description down below is also my set of channels, which is Twitch and YouTube. Go check them all out, because on Twitch right now I am playing Pokemon Black, and on my YouTube channel Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom. On Wednesdays, I'm playing Pokemon X as a live stream. Fridays, I am also playing another live stream of Kingdom Hearts. On Sundays, I am playing Mass Effect 2 of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition and the 2002 classic Shinobi. So, if you guys want to come check that out, then I suggest you do so. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have a lovely day. But until then, good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian Dragon action. Peace.